I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me. Brenda, would you please do the roll call?
Sure. President Klein-Jerome?
Here.
Vice President Poston?
Here.
Director Barnes?
Here.
Director Beck? Here. Director Hayes?
Yes.
Director
Here.
Potts?
Here.
And Director Ward?
Here.
Thank you.
Director Ward, would you please read the mission and vision statement?
Mission statement. The Davenport Community School District is dedicated to growing excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics for every child by ensuring the highest quality education in an environment shaped by our diverse community, preparing our students to be lifelong learners and productive citizens. Our vision statement. Education that challenges conventional thinking, prepares all students to compete in global society, and inspires our students, parents, staff, and community to answer the question, what if?
Thank you. Director Potts, would you please read the guiding principles?
Guiding principles. Opportunity. We provide abundant opportunities to empower students to reach their full potential academically, creatively, and socially. Collaboration. We foster an environment that allows students, families, and community stakeholders to come together for the betterment of our students' education and future. Transparency. We share relevant and important information with our students, families, and the community to maintain open and productive communication.
Superintendent Schneckloff, would you please read the goal?
Today's tie-in is goal number 1, enhance student learning.
Thank you. Next up is summer athletic recognition. Superintendent.
Well, these are always our favorite things, and it's wonderful to see students and athletes in the boardroom today. So, Coach Trevelyan, thank you so much for preparing this presentation, and we're excited to hear about all the wonderful things that occurred over this summer. Turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you very much. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Like I say, every time we bring our seasons down here, summer's a little more unique for us because we're going to celebrate some people that are not here. We have some great young ladies that are here that will celebrate, but we got to remember a lot of our seniors have moved on and are doing big things out either in the community or in the college level. So want to start tonight with kind of a unique one before we get into our summer athletics. Was we had, if you follow the Bics, 2 Central Blue Devils won the Beat the Elite Runner. That's $2,500 a piece. Dylan Moeller and Carter Richter that took them on at the Brady Straight Hill. A little bit of a controversy for Dylan, but they got it figured out and they did declare her the winner. So it's pretty neat to see 2 Blue Devils that were able to beat some pretty elite runners and celebrate them. So I did want to throw a shout out to them before we kind of jumped into our summer sports. So congratulations, Dylan and Carter, if you're out there. Summer, very successful summer. We define success in many ways, and it's not always with total wins and losses. It's about how we finish, how we improve, and what we're doing at the end of the season. And I'm going to take the opportunity to call Coach Rolfs up here and talk a little bit about our West High Falcons and the softball season that they had. So the young ladies that are with us and Coach Rolfs, if you could kind of come up and share your successes with us. And Maya's a freshman, right?
Yes, she is. Yep.
And Maya's a freshman. So the top 2 are returning. So
Yes.
wishing you guys to go fast.
Well, thank you for having me, everybody. This is I just finished my 3rd season as Davenport West head coach, and I've been able to see the program grow, and I appreciate all of the extra work that these girls are willing to do and how they come out and compete in the summer. So a couple highlights from our season. We had some big time wins against some really competitive teams, and finished in our regional postseason against Pleasant Valley and tied it up in the top of the 7th and ended up losing by 1, but that was a pretty intense highlight that I hope leads us into a great season this summer. So I want to start with our freshman, now a sophomore, Maya Westerhoff. Maya Westerhoff got second team pitcher in the MAC conference. Maya is a multi-sport athlete, and it's no surprise that to anybody here that's a really tough thing to balance all of that. And so that should feel really great that you can be so elite doing all of those things. She's kind, she's hardworking, and she's a great leader, even though she's still just an underclassman still. So that's awesome. The one thing I'll say is that I would look for her name in the future. I think that she's going to do great things, not only in softball, but in everything that she's involved in. And I'm extremely proud of you. Thank you. So, should we go a little high? Yeah. Nice job. Next, I have my junior, now a senior, Maddie Sparks. Maddie Sparks got first team utility. She had an amazing year at the plate. She was a workhorse for us on the mound, and I'll never take her off the field, so she'll be playing every position. She's a natural-born leader. She's one of our hardest workers. I mean, she's our team's jumper cables. She comes in like a ball of energy, no matter what. 7 a.m. lift this morning. Saw her hyping up the team, right? That's awesome. Okay. Maddie also was awarded All-District this season. So it's really amazing to see you have such an amazing breakout season after seeing you work so hard, and all that varsity experience is really paying off. And same thing with you as with Maya. I can't wait to see what this next season brings. Senior season, I know you'll go out with a bang. So congratulations. Thank you. Good work. Okay, I'll let you sit now. Good job. All right, I have a couple more seniors who weren't able to make it today, but I still want to talk about them because I think that it's essential to celebrate their wins. Emily Malum, as a senior, this was her first all-conference recognition as a second-team outfielder, and she worked really, really hard to find her home on the field. And eventually we found out together that that was in the outfield. And I've never seen somebody take advantage of a senior leadership role so quickly. She went out in center field and did her job and really coached up the younger players around her. She worked to be a threat offensively, and still she's staying connected with the program and reaching out and asking when we're playing, and I think that's really awesome to see her still a West High Falcon even after going on to graduate and attend college. So congrats to Emily. Reagan Ware, she was an all-time leader at Davenport West High School. She'll leave a lasting impact for a very long time. She was a student of the game, loved to learn, and just all around, especially in her last year, she was calm, cool, and collected, and I appreciated that about her. She goes on to play at Mount Mercy, and I think that she's going to do amazing things at the next level. And from what I hear, I think that she'll come back and be involved in the program as a coach. So I love to see that. Congratulations, Reagan. All right, last but not least, we have Hannah Worthman. She was second team shortstop. She also graduated, and she goes on to play at Aurora University. So they're in their first couple weeks of practice. She played for us for 1 year. She made a huge impact at the shortstop position, and she set the expectations for our program going forward. So best of luck to Hannah, and congratulations. And thank you.
And just so you know, please don't go anywhere until we have an opportunity. We like to take a picture with the board at the very end. So, unless you got another practice to get to, I can understand that.
And just to kind of piggyback on some of the things, we're very fortunate to have Coach Rouse, a West High alum, and that pride, as she mentioned, these girls want to come back and help, want to be part of the program. That's what we want to build in Davenport. And we want them, when they step away and they put on the Aurora jersey, that they're proud that it says Davenport West behind them. And these young ladies have done that because they have a great example showing them how to do that. So great job, Coach. If we can flip to the next one. Coach Beatty couldn't be with us. This slide I put together, they did not have anybody selected to first or team all conference or second team all conference. They did have some honorable mentions, but what I put in the middle is a pretty incredible accomplishment. And they kind of lived with that nothing, impossible is nothing idea. They didn't quit. They could have quit in a tough part of the year where they had some injuries and things were not going their way, and it's hot in the summer and it's raining in the summer and your schedules are changing and it's hard to keep people involved at a high level. And he did that, Coach did, and the kids bought into that and broke really. I mean, they'll go down there. They were a number 6 seed in the region, and they beat the number 1 team in the state at their home field and took them out of the tournament. So that's pretty incredible that they stuck that out. They believed in each other. They went up and played Dubuque Hempstead and got beat in a real close game the next opportunity. And it just shows the grit that these kids have. And I'm proud that has developed with Coach Beatty, that attitude, that belief that it's never done till we say it's done. And they had to be beaten. They weren't going to quit. They had to be beaten to have their season end. And they beat some pretty good teams in that last part of the year. So great job to Coach and all those Falcons that battled through and took down the PV Spartans, who are number 1 in the state. First time it ever happened in the history of the seeding of baseball. So congratulations to them. Our next group is, I'm going to jump into baseball here real quick, and then we'll bring up Coach Beasley to celebrate his team. Colin Karsten's back again. Pretty common theme on the north side for the baseball at North. Here's the accolades that he had. Kind of a funny story. As I'm putting this together, I'm on the side writing invites and who I need to talk to and make sure they're invited. And I typed out Bryce Pauly's dad, Tony Pauly, because I wanted to make sure I gave him a mention. And I sent it to miracle worker Brenda, and she got it fixed before it got here. But Mr. Pauly saw it, which is fine, because I think he's another one. As I go through these kids, he coached all these kids since they were 8 years old. And they played together. They developed this group of young men have won 71 games in 3 years. 71 games and 40 MAC conference games. So it just shows you stay together, good things can happen. You believe in what you're doing, you learn the fundamentals and the techniques, good things can happen. And I think Coach Karstens does a fantastic job, but he had some help from younger people, Tony Pauly and his crew that coached these guys, so, and the parents involved as well. So the honorable mention awards, or not honorable mention, the All-State Awards, Brandon B. and Bryce Pauly are 2-time first-team All-Staters. They'll go down on the wall at North, and they're both back. And it's pretty good when you have your pitcher and shortstop back. I know we got some pretty good positions coming back for West softball, pretty key ones. So it's pretty good to have your shortstop and your pitcher be first-team All-State and then coming back for another year. So Brandon, a lot of baseball offers, first-team All-State, All-Conference, All-District. Weighing his options yet, Bryce Pauly is already committed to play baseball at Indiana University. So high-level athlete, both involved in other sports, why they're not here. Bryce is a big football player for us as well at North, so great job to them. Some seniors, Cameron Baez, Cam Goff, and Caden Weaver. Major awards. Cameron is in a tough position. When you get an all-conference or an all-district award at the catcher position, that's pretty good. So he's first team all district, second team all conference, and third team all state. So that's a great job to him. Cam was first team all district, and Caden was second team all district. So great job to the Wildcat baseball program. Now I'd like to invite Coach Beasley, and he's got a couple players here with him. And if you know Coach Beasley, he's really a staple for North softball. He does the same thing, provides a lot of stability and consistency, and it showed in his players. He had a really strong group of young ladies that really worked hard, and I'll let him share that success with them.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate the opportunity to address this group and talk about my players and our season. As far as our season goes, it was kind of up and down. We had some really, really good wins. In fact, we beat PV for the first time since 2018, beat Assumption for the first time since 2013. Had some tough losses along the way as well. Played Linn-Mar in the regional semifinal. Linn-Mar ended up in the state final, lost 1-0 in the state final. We lost to them 3-0, really battled, and was really happy with how our players battled over the years. I've been in the program. This has just finished my 6th year, 8th year total in the program, 6 years head coach. One thing I also want to mention, Erica, I think you did a fantastic job this year. The growth that I saw in your program, I was just really, really impressed with where you guys are at and everything that you've done. I get to talk about 4 players. I'll have Kaylin and Trinity come on up. I'm going to start with the players that weren't able to make it. Ayla Strite is a senior. She was a shortstop for us. She also played outfield. Also caught for us, a player that could play pretty much every position over the years. She ended up second team all conference and also was third team all state. Just a really versatile player. She's playing at Blackhawk now, and really excited for what she's going to do in the future and what she brings to our program and what she's going to bring in the future. Next player is Kate Wilcox. Kate, again, is a graduated senior. She was a pitcher for us, played a little bit of first base as well. Primarily a pitcher. She was second team all conference, had 112 strikeouts on the year, did a tremendous job in pitching for us, and she's also at Blackhawk as well. 2 players that are here, I'm going to start with Trinity. Trinity Flower, she's a sophomore, now a junior. Played outfield, played first base, played third base. Again, a very, very versatile player. She was nominated second team all conference as an outfielder. The season she had was just amazing. Hit .327 for us, 14 home runs, set the single season home run record at North. Former record was 6. Just a ton of power, great presence at the plate, and did a lot of nice things for us. Also pitched for us, and just really excited for what she brings and what the future holds for her. She's also a multiple sport athlete. She bowls as well. She's involved in band, just incredibly involved in the school and with a lot of different things, and we're really excited to have her in the program. Next up is Kaylin Shorter. Kaylin, senior, graduated, is playing at Blackhawk as well as an outfielder. She had just a tremendous year. First team All-State, which I'll come back to in a second. First team All-Conference, and was also All-District. Set several school records. Set of school records for hits with 65, RBIs 50. Runs scored 42. She hit .508 on the season. Also hit 9 home runs. Would have set the record if Trinity didn't pass her. It was like Sosa and McGuire for a while with those two going back and forth. First team All-State. She is the first player in North history, 39 years, to get first team All-State in softball. And that's something that I really thought she was capable of coming into this year. And we talked about it, and when you see a player get to the level you believe that she can, it's really something special. And so really proud of her and what she's accomplished, and also what she's going to do going forward.
Kaylin probably doesn't realize she actually hit me with one of her home runs. I was watching the baseball, got a walking taco, and turned around and right in the back of the leg. So congratulations on that as well. A lot of people want to do that, but they haven't hit me yet. So no, congratulations, ladies. Flip over to Central. Start with the baseball program. Coach Giesel. Resiliency is what I would describe this as. If you've been down to Brady Street Stadium, I know TJ's mentioned it at Grid Club today. It's kind of a tough spot to be right now just because of the construction. Hit on that a little bit in a couple minutes, but the excitement's coming. But they did manage to do a lot of things with their program. They actually had Bettendorf down, who got second in the state this year, in the first round. And they had a weather issue that reverted back to an inning, and Bettendorf won that particular game. So Central did have them on the run, had two guys on base, ready to knock them out too. So another program that stuck with it, stayed together, and got better as the year went on. They had one young man that had an outstanding season. That was Ben Cox. He was first team all-conference and all-district. I did put him up his commitment, which I don't usually do, but he told me he couldn't be here tonight, and he is playing baseball at Blackhawk. So pretty excited for him. I think he's just tapping into what he can do. I think we're going to see a lot of good things. Another really cool thing that they did this year is Bill Freeze, legendary Central baseball coach. The field's named after him. They kind of had a send-off of Brady. You might have seen that. It wasn't a send-off. Bill Freeze Field will just be across the street. We're not going to not move the name with the stadium, which was caused a little confusion, but they did have a great ceremony. Mrs. Freeze is part of the foundation, and they give a scholarship each year. And I know she works with foundation and gives lots of scholarships, but they have one in particular that two Central baseball players received this year, Tyler Ryan and Ben Cox. And it's just a super deal, and it's a super cool way to honor some pretty legendary coaches that we have here in the school district. So that sign will be moved to the new field next year, and it will be awesome to see that there and not tucked away next to the creek in the shade of the trees. So excited about that. So the last team that we want to kind of talk about is our Central softball team. This is a team that's growing. New coach, a lot of fire and excitement with her, with Destiny Van Heck, learning how to do it as well, and she's building something strong. So the group that finished were really strong together. We got a lot of work to do, and she's willing to roll up the sleeves and do that. And she's willing to work with the younger kids. She's willing to do what needs to do to get to the level of where these two programs are. And I think she's the right person for it. So I'm excited for her. Maya Frazier was a second team all-conference performer. And this year, I put the group picture up of them because they all play multiple sports. And that's a challenge. And I commend anybody that is able to do that, sitting here or not. It takes a lot to go from one practice to another practice, to a weight session, to a hitting lesson, to all those types of things. And these young ladies are going to do that. And you're going to see some great things from Central moving into the future. So good job to Central. Last slide I have, I just kind of put this up because it's something that kind of resonates with me. It's a loser finds a difficulty in every opportunity. The winner sees the opportunity in every difficulty. We have some challenges. We know those. We're addressing those, and our coaches are really grabbing on and moving forward with those. Building a culture. Coach mentioned how they're coming back again. Coach Beasley the same. They want to be part of the program because of what they experienced and what they had, and they're going to make our programs better. Right now, there are some things in transition. We have facilities. I was able to go to the school administrator, meeting, I guess it would be, in service out in Des Moines. I went to every single facility in Des Moines and the surrounding areas, Waukee, Johnston, Urbandale. They're not going to be able to touch what we're doing here in Davenport with those facilities. The way they're structured, the way they're designed, the pride that's going to be, the pride we're going to generate with that, we're going to build on, and we're going to take care of it. And we're going to start getting those kids involved that need to be involved again, and getting that competitiveness back with the pride that we bring back. So whether it be the indoor hitting facilities, West is starting to shape up, so they have that. We have Central stuff growing. We have great opportunities in the future, and we're going to make the most of those. The coaches are on board to do it, and we're going to make it happen. So exciting time. A lot of that comes from you guys sitting here, the leadership. Without your support, it doesn't work. It just does not work. And if we didn't have that, it would all be that smoke and mirrors idea that we can say and paint pictures, but we got to do it. And the facilities doesn't win you games, but it helps instill pride that's going to build into extra work and things like that, that's able to go that extra mile because we have pride in what we're doing. So I do appreciate all you've done for athletics in the year 2025, turning the page. We're already at our new fields playing middle school football. We have our cross country running, so we're on to the next season. We're already rolling. So it's a fun time. I'm super proud of the summer and what we had, and how much it's going to grow with the quality people we have involved. So appreciate the opportunity. We'll bring everybody up for a picture, and we'll see you again here soon with the fall awards.
Thank you again. That was great to hear, and congratulations to all of you. Next up is board reports. Director Potts.
Yeah, I attended the Les Mis performance at Central a week ago Saturday, and it was breathtaking. I mean, voices that were just amazing. It was just hair stood up on the back of your neck, and the auditorium was packed. It was just packed, and there was a letter to the editor from someone in LeClaire who was commenting on what a fantastic performance it was, and commenting on our music programs and theater programs in the district. I have a feeling she's probably related to somebody that was singing on the stage, but it was just wonderful.
This side. Oh. Director Poston.
Well, again, the performance was fantastic, and just echo what Director Potts said. But I also want to thank the students, parents, all the faculty that was involved with the program, because they did this during the summer, and I'm sure it was tough working around their summer schedules. So I appreciate all the effort that went into it.
Thank you. Director Beck.
Um, so two things. Number one, I also went to see Les Mis on the opening night, and it was amazing. I was crying in one of the first songs. Fantastic, and what I came away with was just the idea. It's amazing what you can do when you put multiple schools together. The sets were incredible, the costumes were incredible, the singing obviously was incredible, and it had students from North, West, Central, and Sudlow. I mean, there were junior high students on the crew even, and it was just incredible what they were able to do given the fact that they weren't in class at the same time, and we were combining the talents of multiple different groups. I'm excited to see how they do when they take the show on the road, so to speak, for a competition. I believe it's in November, and just an incredible, incredible show. The second thing is I went to the ice cream social for Davenport Central's music programs, which I have actually never done before. And so they perform at the band shell, which I did not know was originally built for Davenport High School back in the early part of the 1900s. The marching band did basically their whole show for this year without marching. The orchestra performed, and it was just incredible. And then the flag, I'm blanking on the word. Color Guard, yes, was performing as well, off to the side. So it was just a lot to kind of keep your eyes on, but it was a great introduction, and made all of us look forward to a fantastic new school year.
Thank you. Anybody else? I also went, and again, kudos to the staff, students who gave up their summer to put in all that work. It was fabulous. As the letter to the editor said, they could shine on Broadway. It was that good. It was just, yeah, an incredible experience. And I read an article that somebody had done about them, and the students were a little concerned coming from different high schools to put this together. And in the end, they became close friends and tight. And so it served a lot of purposes. So that was great.
Two quick things. It's cross-country season, so I recall seeing Director Beck and Director Postian at the all-city meet that was held at North High School, which was a very well-run meet. And boy, Director of Athletics at North to be able to order up a day with the weather like that was fantastic. But great to see all the athletes out at that particular cross-country meet. And something perhaps a little bit unorthodox to report as a board report. Davenport police officer Andrew Harris sent me a podcast that features our 3 student resource officers being interviewed on their work in our schools. I will make sure to share that with the entire board. We are, as a community, incredibly blessed to have such a strong partnership with the Davenport Police Department, but more importantly, officers who care so deeply about our students, our families, and our community that they give of their time and that they go to the effort that they go to serve our community. I think it's one of the things that is most special about our school district is how deeply our police department cares about our students and their success. And this podcast certainly reinforces it. And we should be proud of the relationship that we have with the department, but also we should be extremely proud of our student resource officers and what they give to our students and to our community.
Anybody else? Brenda, do we have any open forum? Okay. Next up is the consent agenda. May I have a motion?
Madam President.
Director Hayes.
I move the board accept the consent agenda as written.
Could I have a second?
Second.
Director Beck. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up is committee reports. Breaking barriers.
The 3 subcommittees will resume this month, and the large group will resume in October.
Thank you. Legislative advocacy. None at this time. LZAC.
No.
Do you have a meeting scheduled soon at your new time? October.
October. Yeah.
Long-range facility planning.
Done at this time.
Policy, we meet the first week in October. Recognition, we have not met recently. Finance.
Meeting next Thursday.
All right. Items requiring action. First up is project search contract renewal.
Madam President.
Director Beck.
Sorry, I literally just accidentally hit the X. I move the board approve the contract in the amount of $217,539.42 for renewal of the St. Ambrose Silvercrest Garner Senior Living Project Search Partnership between Davenport Schools and Iowa Vocational Rehabilitation Services.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
Madam President, I need to abstain from this vote. I work for the company that owns and manages the senior living facility.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up is Transition Alliance Program, TAP, contract renewal. May I have a motion?
Madam President,
Director Hayes.
I move the board approve the attached contract in the amount of $264,557.49 to renew the Transition Alliance Program partnership between Davenport Schools and the Iowa Vocational Rehab Center.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? I do have one for Courtney. How many students are involved in both Project Search TAP? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do not, but this is why I bring Lynn Kelker with me wherever I go. Lynn, will you come here and answer that question?
So in the Project Search program, we have 8 students this year that are enrolled in the program. We started with 9, but a student did drop out at the beginning of this year, just decided the program was not for him. And then with our TAP program, that number fluctuates each year with students graduating and then incoming students coming in. Last year, we ended up adding 129 students as potentially eligible, meaning that they could have access to the TAP coordinators. But each caseload from West, North, and Central averages anywhere from, I want to say, between 90 to 125. At Mid-City, we probably have close to 40, 38, depending. We try to get those freshmen as they come in and getting them signed up and connected to the services.
Thank you. On the Project Search, is 8 up, down, same as last year?
That's up this year. Last year we had 6, so we're up. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Anybody else have a question? Director Beck.
Just because it's been a while, the TAP program, like how does a student take advantage of that? I know how Project Search works.
Sure.
It's very intensive, but TAP, it's while they're still in high school.
Yes, you are correct. So, students, when they become age 14 and begin as a freshman, sometimes we'll sign them up that summer going into high school because they can access services. But they can get signed up through a referral process. The IEP team refers them to the TAP program or to IVRS. Then we schedule a meeting. Sometimes it's through the IEP itself. Other times it's with the TAP coordinator scheduling a meeting with the student, having them come into the office, review that with the family, what their services entails, sending home brochures. The students need to sign a pre-ETS agreement form is what it's called. And that just says that they're willing to work with the TAP coordinator in the 5 areas that they can work with them on. And then we have to do a consent form so that we can share information with IVRS. So there's 2 forms that they need to sign and that the parent has to sign and the student so that we can exchange information.
And just, sorry to clear up, this
No,
is
that's okay.
students who are on IEPs and have been identified as needing some sort of support to function.
Yeah, so it can be a student on a IEP, or it can be a student on a 504 plan. So yes, we do serve students on 504s. A documented disability.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up is installing heating and ventilation for the South Maintenance Building with Train.
Madam President,
Director Ward.
I move the board approve the contract with Train to install the heating and ventilation of the South Maintenance Building under the Omnia State Pricing Agreement in the amount of $103,650.
It's been moved and seconded.
Second.
Anybody have a question? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up is policies for board approval.
Madam President,
Director Beck.
I move the board approve policy 503.10, 504.01, 505.10 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There are no discussion items listed. Next up is superintendent's report.
Not at this time.
Administrative reports. Brenda, school board election, November 2025.
Just a reminder that the school board, city school election is November 4th. School board members whose terms expire in November are Ward, Potts, Beck, and Barnes. So on the ballot will be the 3 4-year terms and then a 2-year term. Candidate filing ends September 18th at 5 p.m. So everybody needs to have their packets to me by that time. You can get a packet from me now if you want to start your process, or you can certainly download the necessary forms off the Secretary of State website also.
Thank you. Student board member update. Brenda or T?
I can do it. The 4 high schools have given us the names of 12 students, which is 3 each. Their hope is that they can have at least 1 student from each high school at the board meetings, understanding that these kids are very busy. So those students have been chosen to serve. The team of Karen and TJ and I and Director Poston will be doing onboarding with them on September 11th and meeting them for the first time. They will be here for their first meeting on September 22nd.
And tentatively, we will have a short reception for them October? Okay. Thank you. Any board requests? Seeing none. Board reflections. Director Barnes.
Just want to, two quick things. One, I really appreciate when the head coaches of departments during recognition or during head coaches of programs during recognition show up. I think that they add a depth to the recognition of student athletes that is really valuable for me. It takes it well beyond reading a box score and knowing that there's a head coach. So just want to shout out to the two head coaches that were here tonight. That makes a big difference to me. Second thing that I would mention is I just want to compliment the board on the Project Search renewal. Having served for a couple of years, Project Search still it remains one of the, I think, high points of our work. And I think that that's an incredibly important program for our school district and most importantly for the students that serves.
Thank you. Director Beck.
I really, of course, always love when we have the student athlete recognition. But I actually wrote down that I really loved the presentation by Coach Rolfs for Davenport West softball, because she really gave us some details on her players and presented them with certificates, and it just gave it some gravitas that I know we can't do that all the time because we often have 100 student athletes to recognize, but I just really appreciated the amount of detail and care that went into her presentation, and so I thought that was a really big highlight today.
Thank you. Director Potts.
I read the guiding principles in the beginning of our meeting, and I was just running through the athletics and the facilities and the Les Mis and all the things the schools were building. And I'm thinking we are consistently moving closer and closer to effectuating our guiding principles, full potential academically, creatively, and socially. And when you look at what we have accomplished and the goals we've still set, we are spot on. And I guess, I'm very proud of everybody that works in this district that makes these things happen. But I'm also very proud of ourselves for sticking to things and not getting run off side roads and in the ditches on stuff. I'm very happy to be where I am, and I'm very happy that my kids went to this school district and that my great-granddaughter and my due September 15th great-grandson will be going to our schools.
Director Ward.
Echoing the sentiments of the athletics recognition, it's great to celebrate the things that are going on. Wish we could add more of those baseball players, the North team, and some of the other kids here to recognize, but really appreciative of the coaches and the players that were here for that. And then just want to thank the board members for the board reports. I wasn't able to make Les Mis, but it's great to hear all the good things coming out of there. I was really excited for that show and got to hear them at the kickoff event for the school year, which I know wasn't the same as the performance. So thank you all for sharing your experience with that.
Director Poston.
Director Potts' comments would be my board reflection. I think his comments were spot on, and appreciate what he has done all these years on the board.
Director Hayes.
I enjoyed the presentation, and one thing that I really that stood out for me was the fact that Coach Beatty acknowledged Coach Ralph and just showed the unity within the district, that he took that time out doing his presentation in order to acknowledge her, and even for the young people there's so many things they could have did this summer, and they chose to excel in sports and, take winning spotlights. And I just appreciate hearing that.
Superintendent Schneckloff.
I thought it was really cool that we had a freshman in college come back just for this, and their parents came back. That's pretty cool. I don't think we've ever had kids come back from college to do that, and I'm a little bummed for her. She broke the home run record, and then her teammate shattered it by another 4 home runs. So, 6, whatever it was, but that's pretty cool to see the accomplishments. But I thought that was a highlight for me, and she's a star. I mean, they were all stars, but that first team All-State, first time in school history, breaking through some glass ceilings that will never be there again. So I'm excited about that.
Just to see how many students between the musical and sports are willing to give up their summer to do activities with the school district. I think it's awesome. And what Director Potts said was right on. I mean, he hit the nail on the head. The commitment, our train is traveling in the right track. And yeah, I feel good about being on the board right now. We're doing the right things. So with that being said, may I have a motion to adjourn? Could I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.